Good morning, everybody. It's the 13th, Monday, the 13th of February, and here's this week's G10 FX Cloud Chart market review. Going to look at the G10 Forex Cloud Charts. Here's the usual disclaimer. And the G10 FX market analysis we're going to look at this morning are these currency pairs of the G10 cross rates country rates. Okay, jumping straight into the Pro Real-Time platform, Australian US dollar. We've had a nice little rally since the January MACD buy signal here below the cloud, and broke through the cloud chart resistance here at the bottom end of the cloud. Now getting closer to key long-term resistance levels. These old highs here are the areas to watch in the current rally to see if it's going to be able to break past those resistance zones. So we're close to the end and the beginning. So watching very closely for a MACD sell signal to come through in terms of profit taking, but when we get close to these levels, we'll be looking at taking some profit off the table. As from a trend strength perspective, the ADX indicator still shows a very strong trend, so we should touch these old highs of 77.32, 77.58 over the next couple of days. So watch this one closely for some profit taking opportunities there. The Euro US dollar, we've had a MACD sell signal last week. Cloud chart resistance came into play. That was a primary sell, short selling signal there at the resistance in the cloud held. Bottom top end of the cloud resistance held its old resistance, its old highs there, significant resistance zone. We did have a nice little rally from the bottom end here, MACD buy signal to the cloud chart resistance zone. Front end of the cloud is indicating that we have the emergence of a new uptrend in place. So we could be looking at going long here at the bottom end of the cloud if support comes in at that level. Okay, but watch the MACD very closely to see what the situation is there. The risk here currently is that the ADX indicator is below 25, gives us indication that the trend is not particularly strong here. So be aware of any trading opportunity here is quite risky in view of the weak trend that we're currently experiencing. But from a cloud chart perspective, drifting down with support expected to come in at the bottom end of the cloud on a daily chart. Sterling US dollar, yeah, very weak trend. We haven't had a strong trend since December last year because the ADX reading is below 25, somewhat range bound. Very difficult to trade that from a cloud chart perspective because the clouds are flatlining, as you can see here. So it's range bound between support and resistance. We're currently rebounding from the top end of the cloud, so far so good. Watching very closely for a potential sell signal. MACD looks like it wants to generate a sell signal. Then support could be the next level at the bottom end of the cloud, yeah. So, but lots of whiplash. So technically, there's no strong trend, yeah. So it's quite a risky one to trade from a Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. Okay. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Strong rally after a buy signal in January. Fighting old cloud chart resistance at the top end here and old highs, made a reversal. Now it's looking for support here close to the top end of the cloud here. We've had a sell signal from a MACD perspective, so we expect more downside and look for support to come in at 71.35. If we have a successful test of support at the top end of the cloud there, we should see a rebound. Trend strength is still okay to trade. This one, front end of the cloud is a significant support zone to keep in mind, but this level here at 71.35 is a big area for a potential reversal in the current downtrend. US dollar CAD ran into trouble here when it hit its head against the cloud chart resistance. The bottom end of the cloud is a major resistance zone now. We can see these 133 level. That's a line in the sand, so to speak. Short-term relief rallies possible to the bottom end of the cloud. We've had a MACD buy signal here, so we could see a short-term relief rally back to the bottom in the cloud to test that resistance, but the overall trend is now down. Trend strength is starting to weak. We're still above 25 from an ADX perspective, but watch out for any kind of potential resistance as it comes into the bottom in the cloud chart resistance. Okay, so currently at a MACD buy, and it's looking like it's going to head up to the bottom end of the cloud. US dollar Swiss franc rebounded from the bottom end of the cloud here. Had a nice MACD buy signal there. it's a fantastic opportunity when the MACD and the cloud kind of give the same signal at a key support area. Trend strength is a bit weak, it's below 25, so that's a key risk factor in this trade. Next resistance zone is the top end of the cloud here at 1, and then 1.015, and then the top end here at 1.01819. So we could see a grinding move back up since the rebound from the bottom end of the cloud, with these resistance zones as the next key resistance areas to watch. US dollar, Danish krona. Similar situation, the Swiss franc rebounded from the bottom end of the cloud here after a MACD buy signal came in nicely there. Trend strength starting to improve, but is still below 25, so that's a significant risk. The next key resistance level to watch is 7.015, and then the top end of the cloud here at 0.072. Okay. Price action is generally positive. If you have an uptrend in place and the instrument bounces from the bottom end of the cloud support, that's kind of positive, so it comes out, and now it needs to break past the top end of the resistance there. Drawback here is the front end of the cloud is indicating an early downtrend is in play, so just be aware of that. You're kind of trading counter trend from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. US dollar, Japanese yen, also a very interesting one. Still stuck in the cloud, lots of trying to find support here at the bottom end of the cloud. It's somewhat of a support zone here. You can see these lines come from all highs and all support areas. Front end of the cloud is negative. We've had a MACD buy signal here, so its potential upside is up to the resistance here at the top end of the cloud, so there's a short-term trading opportunity there. But watch out, after that we could see it move back down if cloud chart resistance holds. Okay, trend strength is at 25, so it's flirting with weakening, but we are rebounding from support within the cloud, and the next upside target is the top end of the cloud resistance. US dollar, Norwegian krona, rebounded from all support levels, had a MACD buy, grinding higher to the bottom end of the cloud. That's the next key resistance zone to watch. If we break past that level, then the top end of the cloud comes into play. But watch out that the front end of the cloud is indicating the emergence of a downtrend, so we are trading somewhat counter trend. So look out for profit taking or a short selling opportunity at the resistance test here at the bottom end of the cloud. So we need to see it clearly break past that level. Okay, trend strength is below 25, so it's somewhat weak. US dollar, Swedish krona, very similar situation. We had a MACD buy, upside potential to the bottom end of the cloud here, where there's a key resistance zone. Watch this level here at 9.076, and then the next key resistance level here is at 1.168. So these cloud chart zones as key resistance zones. Short-term relief rally, and then a reversal back down as the front end of the cloud indicate that we somewhat have a downtrend in place. Cloud trend strength is below 25, so it's not a particularly strong trend right now, but do know we've had a MACD, and it's going to grind back up to the bottom end of the cloud to test it for resistance. Okay, but certainly the US dollar, sterling US dollar, interesting one there. Watch this very closely for a rebound from the top end of the cloud, and if cloud support does not hold, we're going to go back to 122, bottom end of the cloud support. Okay. And until next time, happy trading.